the girl they cast out. In a flourishing kingdom, surrounded by golden savannas and red earth roads, there lived a wealthy landowner whose name commanded respect. He owned herds that covered the hills, granaries filled with harvest and trading posts that lined the market square. His word carried weight among elders. When he married, the celebration lasted 7 days. His bride was gentle, wise, and radiant. Many said she was a blessing to his house. For 2 years, their home was warm with laughter. But by the 3rd year, there was no child. The elders began to murmur, and his brothers spoke. A great house without a son is like a drum without sound. At first, he defended his wife, but pride is a slow poison. Each gathering, festival, and naming ceremony for other men's sons made his smile grow thinner. He began counting months instead of memories, and he began seeing his wife not as a companion, but as a failure. His voice hardened. He no longer ate from her hand, and he slept facing the wall. Finally, pressed by clan pressure, he took a second wife. The second wife bore him 2 sons in quick succession. The village rejoiced. Drums thundered, and goats were slaughtered. He lifted his sons high before the people, and something inside him shifted. The first wife's courtyard grew quiet. Servants stopped visiting. Respect faded. Yet, in her silence, she prayed. And one season, she conceived. Hope returned to her eyes. The day she gave birth, the entire household waited. When the midwife stepped out and announced, "It is a girl," the father stood still, not angry or joyful, just still. He visited her, looked at the child. She wrapped her tiny fingers around his. For a moment, something softened in him. Though he had desired a son, he could not deny she was his blood. He provided for her and did not reject her, but neither did he celebrate her. Years passed. The sons were praised for strength, and the daughter was praised for obedience. Then suddenly, illness struck the father. Before his death, he divided his estate. The vast lands and trading houses went to his sons and second wife. To the first wife and her daughter, he left one modest home near the edge of the village and a small portion of silver, not equal, but not nothing. After his burial, the mask fell. The second wife no longer pretended kindness. She accused the first wife of being a burden. She claimed the modest house was still too generous. One morning, guards placed their few belongings outside. Mother and daughter stood in the dust, homeless. They did not fight or curse. They just walked away. The mother began selling roasted grains and vegetables at the place of marketplace. Her daughter rose before sunrise to help. Under the merciless sun, they labored. Meanwhile, the sons grew arrogant, with wealth inherited but not earned. Discipline faded. They gambled in distant towns, sold portions of land for quick profit, and hosted lavish feasts to impress false friends. Advisors were ignored, warnings dismissed, and, within a few years, the great herds were gone, trading posts sold, and silver wasted. Back at the market, hardship took its toll. The mother grew weak, her cough worsened. Medicine required more silver than they possessed. One blazing afternoon, her daughter hurried through the road after failing to secure credit for medicine. Her vision blurred, strength failed, and she stumbled into the path of a grand ox-drawn carriage. The driver shouted, and the oxen halted. Inside sat a nobleman known across kingdoms for wisdom and fairness. He stepped down himself. Instead of anger, he felt pity, for he saw exhaustion. He carried her to shade, sent for a healer, and after he understood the reason behind her exhaustion, he paid for the mother's treatment and asked nothing in return. Over time, he learned their story. He saw humility and he admired her strength. He courted her honorably and married her before elders and witnesses. The girl once overlooked became a woman robed in dignity, but prosperity did not harden her heart. One day, she told her husband, "Take me to my father's old lands." What they found was ruin. The house, once filled with pride, was crumbling. Her stepbrothers, thin and ashamed, avoided her eyes, and the second wife, once adorned in jewels, now wore worn cloth. When they saw her, adorned not only in fine garments, but in peace, they fell to their knees and confessed their greed, cruelty, and their sleepless nights. "For since the day we cast you out," they said, "nothing in our lives has prospered." Silence filled the air. She could have turned away or spoken of justice, but instead she knelt too, for their father's blood ran in them. "I forgive you," she said, and with her husband's support, she restored them modestly, not to former wealth, but to honest work. And the house, once divided by pride, was rebuilt by mercy. Children are a blessing from God, and while a son may carry a name, a daughter can carry redemption. For favoritism plants seeds of division, and pride breaks families. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe, for more stories are yet to come.